I heard that like Joseph Smith, I think he descended to heaven, right?
No, he claims there are like multiple heavens, and you can become literally like your own gods and have your own planets. Something like stupid.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense because if
No, it makes sense
so.
for their wicked hearts, because when they hear, "Oh, I can have my own planet, I can be my own god," that's what that gets them the attention. They want that. That's evil.
Oh yeah, and also I remember one. So this was like a few months ago. So like there was like I had knowingly got into contact with Mormon, but it like this was before everything, like I didn't know anything. My mom like she got super mad at me and she told me that like I think their religion was like demonic, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I think it might be true. Like I don't know, but like thinking that you can become your own god, I don't know. That's like that's what Satanists believe, right?
Well, Satanists, like, there's different forms, but in general, Satanists they're basically like rebellers. They don't want to have a superior being over you. They're referred to Satanists is because they're like Satan, in the sense of they don't want to become their own god. Initially, like on the superficial level, they like, no, I want to go against God. That's why they're referred to Satanists. But inadvertently, they become their own gods, because that's the end result. That's the conclusion that they comes to. They're not Satanists because they want to become their own gods. They want to rebel against God, and then in the end, they become their own gods. That's the result that they end up with.
I don't think that's true. If I'm being honest.
No, it's not true. It's just basically just they just like the idea, because, like, think about it. You and I know God exists, and He does this for our well-being. We love Him, but then there's people out there that like the Holy Spirit that just goes, yeah, I don't want a God. Adam and Eve, they did a mistake, and God like banished them from the garden. But there's people that's like, no, I don't want a God at all. Like, I don't want Him to exist. I don't want Him to be my God at all. Like, you know how the difference of evil that is?
Yeah,
Like, this is the same God is basically who made them, that loves them. Like God literally forms every single human being that ever existed, by the way. Like, it's something that is special, and then they make the choice. Like, God doesn't like put that in them. They come to a conclusion. They live in a world so worldly. They basically follow after their own mind and their own hearts, and they come to like a thing of like, no, I don't want God to be a thing at all, ever. Even if He's real, I don't want Him to be my God. That's literally their mindset.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's also like it's a useful thing to, like, instead of like criticizing them, you should like try to understand them. And so, like, when you do, you're able to go at an angle to like that speaks most to them, because like when people argue about differences all day, you're gonna waste their time, 100%. Like, I'm like, y'all, I know you don't want to, like, you don't want this God to be true, because it feels like some type of way, like you are hurt at some shape or form, and so you'll reject any notion of it, because your mind, like, I can't accept like an all forgiving God actually does exist. And even it does, you don't want any part of it, but He wants to be in your life. Like, no matter how much you push Him away, He'll never stop trying to go after you. And even more so when you become His son and daughter. Like, that's something beautiful. But you don't want to get to even remotely close to that, because you're believing in at this point your own self-deception. That despite Christianity being the most likely scenario that Jesus is real as well as He is God, despite of the evidence, you just don't want Him to be your God at the end of the day.